Hey, and welcome to Money Monk Monday. I'm going to be a bit ruthless in this live. I'm a nice guy, but sometimes I need to put my foot down. And a big part of that came from where I grew up. And where I grew up, I had to learn to fight and stand up for myself because I'm a little boy. I'm a little Pakeha boy in New Zealand. And I grew up in an area where you had to fight. Anyway, you'll see a post below. And it is about how I fired my highest paying client. And I love doing it. Absolutely enjoyed it. Now here's why. We call it scope creep. So I've worked with this particular person for many years. I've helped them actually build 2 businesses. I've added millions of dollars to their net worth through my strategic advice and through helping them with their unconscious patterns. So when you have the strategic knowledge to build a business that runs very profitably without you, and you have your unconscious beliefs aligned with your conscious desire to build that wealth, you accelerate and build business really quickly and you become very successful. So this particular gentleman, he'll never be poor because of the work we've done together. Because another thing that's really important to understand, once you learn how to do it, and once your unconscious is aligned, because you change those beliefs on the unconscious level, that means a permanent shift and change in who you are. And let's get specific here. What are we doing? We're helping the client develop wealth, positive behaviors, habits, and beliefs through the work we do on their deep unconscious. And this is given to all our bigger level clients who work within our programs. So he's made millions from me, absolute millions. Anyway, a little while ago, I started getting these emails saying, can you just give me a couple of minutes to help me understand the archetype that this marketing is aimed at. Some of the work I do is helping marketers understand the archetypal patterns that their marketing connects with. Because if you connect your marketing with an archetypal pattern, you're going to have success. So as an example of that, a lot of women in their mid or late 40s to 50s go through a transitional crisis. Their children have left home. They've been in mother role for many years. They've served their children. And all of a sudden their children are gone. They're entering menopause. 95% of women in that framework and that time of their life start to question, well, what's next? What am I here for? They experience depression. They start to feel unattractive. They start to question whether they're still beautiful or not. It's a huge transitional phase. So if a marketer has products and solutions that can aid a person through that transition, like some of my clients have. Some of my clients work with women, with women's health, with women's mental health. If you can aim your marketing towards that, then that archetypal pattern, then you're going to get lots of clients. So as I said, I've worked with this guy for years. You'll see below the posts about how I fired him. He's given me hundreds of thousands of dollars. So he's asked me, Perry, can you just give me a few minutes? And of course, you know what a few minutes mean. That means 10, 15, 20 minutes. Then I get another email. Can you help me just read this new staff member to see if they're suitable or if they've got any blocks? Now you've got to remember, I've had with this particular person a set time that I work with him every month for years. And in the past, he'll pay me to come in and work with him, for half a day on a strategic development for his business, or half a day on working with him personally to uncover and rewire his blocks. So of course, when he starts asking me to give my time away for free, I say no. Absolutely no. And then I got the manipulation email. I've given you hundreds of thousands of dollars over the years. And I wrote back and said, I've made you millions of dollars. and will continue to make you millions of dollars because of what I've taught you and the changes that I've brought about for you on the unconscious level. I said, I'm not willing to work with you anymore. That's it. That's the end of our relationship. Now, what he was doing was a manipulation tactic. I'm a people reader. I see. People can't manipulate me. People come into sessions with me. That's why people pay me the dollars. I see the games of their ego. I see what's going on. That's why people pay me the money. They're wanting me to help them see what they're not seeing about themselves. So when he was asking for this for free, he was trying to manipulate my niceness, hoping I would say yes. Now here's the problem. If I said yes, I would have scoped creeped our written contract and agreement around our working relationship. And he would then expect me to give that time for free again and again and again. Now, I wasn't interested in firing him when he asked me, but I was really adamant about firing him when I saw the manipulation. I've spent giving you hundreds of thousands of dollars over time. It's an angle. So I fired him. Now I want to go into this a little bit about why. And what's the lesson for you? So first of all, I got into business because I wanted to be the captain of my own ship, because I wanted to control my own life. I didn't want to be controlled and manipulated by others. I didn't want to work for other people. If I work for other people, they dictate my outcomes. I want to dictate my own outcomes. I have a mission. My mission is for my family. My mission is here to serve people that want to make use of a heavy duty amount of internal resources around human behavior in relationship to business, and also incredible amounts of strategic insight in how to build a business so it runs independently of you. And I've got the runs on the board. I've done it for so many business owners. It's not common knowledge. That's why other coaches don't get the results that I get for my clients. Not only do I have the proven background in doing this for clients, so many franchise owners I've built out of their businesses. Why? Because I understand the strategy, and most importantly, I understand people, which I'll tell you about soon. Most people don't have a clue about how to start up a business so it runs independently of you. And other business coaches can't work on the unconscious level of their clients. They've got no idea about it. Okay? So here's the kicker. I go into business because I want to be free of others' manipulation. I know what I am worth. I know what I can give other people. And when I charge for a certain amount of time. I charge for a certain amount of contribution. And if a person wants more than that, they pay more. So the moment someone is trying to manipulate me to get things for free, I am being disrespected. I am not being seen for my full worth. Now, this is really important. The more power you have, the less you can be manipulated. If I didn't have power, if I didn't have financial resources, I might be like, oh, I better keep this client on. I better keep this client on. And what would have happened if I did that is I would have diminished in power. I would have almost become a prostitute, doing things that I didn't want to do, and working with people I didn't want to work with just to survive. So the central rule here is stay in your power, build wealth so you cannot be manipulated by other people. The freedom you experience when you do that is insane, because you just know, I just know I can't be manipulated easily by people, because I have the resources to say, well, I'm not doing that. If I have to fight someone in court, which happens very rarely, I know I can, and easily. So I can back my sense of righteousness if I feel that someone's ripped me off or tried to rip me off. Again, he was trying to manipulate the nice part of me. That's what he first did when he came to me, trying to get things for free. I'm trying to manipulate the nice part of Perry. And when I wouldn't, then came the manipulation. And I see this all the time. If you're going to build a business, or if you're going to have a powerful life, you have to be in mission. And if you're in mission, that means you have to protect your time so that you can be in mission and do all the things that you need to do to achieve that mission. So when you're nice and people take advantage of you, I want you to think about this. You know, you might have lots to do and someone rings you for a chit chat. Someone wants to gossip or talk about ridiculous, you know, the Kardashians. All those things take you out of your mission. Now, what's really interesting, if you don't have a mission and you don't value yourself, you'll allow people, or don't honor yourself, you'll allow people to waste your time. You will be nice. But here's the kicker. Are you being nice to yourself? Are you being nice to your family? Or are you being nice to your desire to achieve a mission when you let other people manipulate you, control you, to give time away for nothing, your expertise away for nothing? To me, that's a demeaning approach. If you're doing that, that shows a lack of self-respect, a lack of self-respect for yourself, for your mission, what you're here to achieve. Really important to understand. Anyway, that's about it. One other thing. I'm a bit exhausted today because I ran a Fire Yourself workshop yesterday. And when I run a workshop, I give my all in that workshop. But I know that for the participants, one of the breakthroughs that they got from that workshop was a real understanding that, you know, you can follow other business people that will give you all the systems to build yourself out of the business, strategies to build yourself out of the business. There's some really good quality teachers out there that teach you how to do it. But unless you know how to recruit people, unless you know how to recruit them, you'll never ever be able to back out of your business. And most business owners know nothing about people. It's not their fault. You're not trained to be a psychologist, right? You're just not trained to be a psychologist. I was forced to learn all this about human behavior because I had such a incredibly horrible childhood that I had to work through, why did I operate the way that I did? Why am I the way I am? Where did this behavior come from? And I'm so thankful for that. I'm so thankful for all the people that gave me a horrible life when I was younger. So thankful for it because of what it helped me learn about myself and then, of course, through that about other people, what I learned to understand about human behavior. And by the way, this world could do a bit of that at the moment. I'm just so over this whole victim consciousness that's happening in the world. When you're persecuted against, no, it's not nice, but the persecution, if you're the victim, if you use that wisely, you grow and evolve and learn from it and become a far better human being. That's what happens when you have challenging and painful experiences in your life that you overcome. Those painful experiences help you grow and evolve. But we're in this kind of modern era where there's this very weird thing going on that everyone shouldn't suffer or everyone's a victim and there's all the bad oppressors. That's just the wrong approach and way of understanding it. Now, by the way, I'm not against standing up against oppression, not at all. It's just that the whole constant carrying on about being a victim or the victim status because this has happened to me because I was oppressed, right? If you're still angry at the oppressor, if you haven't forgiven them and learnt the lesson, you just keep the whole damn show going. Anyway, that's sideways from business. So, key thing here. If you're a business owner and you didn't come to the Fire Yourself workshop, you miss out on that kind of information about who and how to who you need to employ. I'll show you something for a second. Yesterday we had one of our clients come up on stage, so I used him as an example. Anyway, I said to him, what are your highest values? And he said something like, achieving, learning, I have incredibly high standards. And I said to the audience, see this gentleman? You can employ him. If you employ him, you can leave your business and he won't change, because his intrinsic reward comes from performing highly. Now, this type of person only comprises about 8 to 10% of the population, right? So if you want to build a business that runs independently of you, every staff member needs to be like that. That's what we teach our clients in our Ignite program. We have recruitment systems that our clients use so that they only attract that type of high performer. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you. Just check yourself. Are you too nice? And is being too nice so that you get liked undermining your ability to stay in your highest dollar productive zone, stay in mission, or do the things that are highly important to you that are probably more meaningful than wasting time, like spending time with your family and expressing your love to others. Anyway, I hope you learned something from that. I'm going to go and have a little rest. See ya.